Recently watched this TED Talk that scared me a little bit, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, honestly. But the man was basically saying that after we spend the amount of time that we spend on like working, hygiene, gym, what I'm saying, like whatever, he said 93% of our free time is spent on our screens or like on social media or whatever the case may be. And for starters, I don't want to look back on my life and realize that I spent that much time on my phone. Because I remember a time where the most I can do on my phone was play the little snake game and like struggle to text people. I tell my friends all the time, we're guinea pigs, bro. Because before now, there was never a time period where we could just receive so much information so easily through our phones and just switching topics so fast and wondering why our attention spans are so cooked. 30 to 40-year-olds are experiencing way higher cases of dementia directly linked to their screen time. Are we gonna wait until we realize all the weird effects that our phones are having on our brains before we fix it? Because we're probably gonna be 30, 40, 50 before we realize like, oh, why am I more farther than the generation before? It's because we were exposed to things that they weren't exposed to and we ate it up. Pause.
The current biggest regrets in life are anywhere from working too hard, not spending enough time with family, anything of that caliber for the people that are passing away in this current time. But mark my words, I know for a fact in about 60, anywhere from 50 to 70 years from now, the biggest regret will be people saying, I wish I didn't spend so much time on the damn phone. I wish I didn't spend so much time in my room playing video games. I promise you, that will be the statistically rated number one regret in people's final moments. I just know it. I just know it. And also, before they even reach that point, give it 20 years when they're all out of their prime, when everyone's no longer in the peak of their health, peak of their function, and now they're 50. They're gonna say, I wish I didn't spend my prime. I wish I didn't spend that time when my back didn't hurt, playing a damn video game and just sitting around and being on my phone all the damn time. I promise you guys, get off the damn phone and go outside and touch some grass, because it will be the biggest regret in 50 to 70 years from now. This is just my observation. I say this all the time, guys. Lock in, get off the damn phone.
Remember how Christmas Eve used to feel like 7 years long? Time didn't change. Your brain did. When we were kids, everything was new and full of sensory detail. New experiences equal denser memories, which makes time feel slow. But now, most of your days look the same and you scroll through the rest of it. Wake up, phone, work, phone, bed, phone. Your brain has nothing new to encode, so it compresses the day. And suddenly, it's 11 p.m. and you're thinking, what the hell just happened? Spending hours and hours on your phone overloads your attention and kills the micro moments where awe actually happens. Studies show that when you're overstimulated, your brain downregulates attention, meaning you literally notice less. Less noticing equals less wonder. Less wonder equals everything feels dull. Awe is not some Disney fantasy. It is a neuroscience phenomenon, a measurable brain state, and you can create it even in tiny ways. Here's 4 for you. Number 1, find micro moments of awe. Okay. Even brief daily exposure to awe helps reduce stress and slows your perception of time. So I pick one awe cue a day. That sounds funny. It could be the sky. It could be sunlight on my wall. It could be a cool person's outfit. That 30 seconds, your brain remembers it. And I am proof of that. A couple weeks ago, I saw this woman walking down the street. Incredible. I can still remember her demeanor. I can still remember the cool sunglasses she was wearing, the sound that her shoes were making when she was walking down the middle of the street. I was in awe. 30 seconds.
So you just choose something small out of your day and just admire it and make a big deal about it, I guess, right? So then that's something new in your mind to remember, yada yada, you know what I'm saying?
Seconds of my life, still remember. Can I tell you what I ate for dinner yesterday? No. Number 2 is to set yourself up for success. I've told you this before. What we start our days with dictates the next 12 hours. Looking at your phone first thing in the morning equals overstimulation, which equals no space for wonder. I wake up at 7 every morning, and that first hour is always blocked by Opal. This protects the time of day when my brain is most sensitive to novelty. I swear my mornings feel longer in the best ways. Number 3, do some...
Wait, so if you don't, so phones overstimulate you, so if you avoid that, then your day seems more fun and stuff. But if you go on your phone right away, then that spikes your dopamine, then the rest of the day is just bleh compared to your phone, which is programmed to keep you overstimulated to keep you coming back and keep scrolling, you know what I'm saying?
Novelty reps. Your brain stretches time when it encounters new things. Take a new route to school or work. Stop listening to the same album or playlist and listen to a new artist. On your grocery run, pick up a different kind of breakfast food. Try that new coffee shop that you saved on Google Maps. You do not need a trip to Bali. You need a Tuesday that feels a little different from your last Tuesday. And number 4, create attention anchors. Fragmented and broken attention makes days disappear. So I pick one anchor task a day where I am completely phone free for at least 10 minutes. That could be making my morning coffee or doing my skincare. It could be the 10 minutes after coming home from work. It could be my lunch break. When you single task, presence snaps back in and suddenly life feels interesting again. Listen, your life is not boring. When you raise your awareness, wonder starts coming back. Time expands again. You start feeling like that kid who couldn't sleep on Christmas Eve because the world felt so big, and it still is.
So basically, you just need to like appreciate stuff more, get off the phone, and like do different things. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in this repeated loop of just like school, work, home, sleep, phone, yada yada yada. You gotta, go out, play some basketball, go to some event, take a new way to school. You just gotta spice it up. You can't have your days be the exact same thing every day, because it's like then your brain remembers that as the same exact thing. So then you're like, damn, time flew by. You know what I'm saying?
Can you believe we used to just wake up and not go on our phones at all? I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, before I had a phone, I just wake up, maybe watch a little bit of TV if some cartoons were on, go to school all day, 7 hours, no phone, and I'd be completely fine. Or my brother and I, we just go outside on the weekends and play for literal hours and keep ourselves entertained. We didn't even have a big backyard or a fancy house or anything, and we were still able to have fun. What happened to us, bro? We used to be so good, so imaginative. Now, some of y'all can't even go 5 minutes without the urge to scroll your phone. You need that dopamine hit. I don't know about you guys, but my friends and I in elementary school, we would play with like our Legos and our action figures and like make up stories and stuff. And we would do that for literal hours all day, no screens. And it felt like a real life movie right in front of my eyes. It was so engaging. We got to bring that back. Maybe not playing with toys specifically, but something like it. Try to tell me that your life was not better before you had the phone, before you had instant access to social media. I like having a phone. I like to be able to make texts and make calls. But bro, you gotta cut back on the scrolling, the social media use. It's not good for you. We are all gonna stop doom scrolling in 2026. We're gonna bring our imaginations back, and everything's gonna become more interesting. Everything's gonna be better and more enjoyable, just like it used to be. So read the caption and follow along, because you and I are gonna do this together.
Yeah, like how like people can't go 5 minutes without scrolling. It's like sometimes I'm out with friends, right, and I'm driving, and like these people, they just go on their phones because like they just can't sit there and enjoy the time they're spending with friends, you know what I'm saying? And also, I do like the point that we used to be able to like just imagine scenarios with like toys and stuff, and then now it's like you can't do that at all, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of scary that either just like growing up in like the system and the phones have just took that away from you, basically, you know what I'm saying?
Time is actually a lot scarier than you think. By the time that you're 26 years old, half of your perceived life is over. Because we perceive time as going by faster as we get older, by the time you're 26, the total amount of time that you'll experience in your life is already halfway through. In this study, old and young people were each given 120 seconds to just sit with themselves, and then they were asked how long they thought they were sitting with themselves. Older people experienced this time of 120 seconds as more around like 80 seconds, versus younger people experienced it closer to 120 at about 114 seconds. Now, there are basically two reasons why this happens, and one of them will give you insight as to how you can make your life feel longer. The first is purely the percentage of time relative to your life that you're experiencing. So if you're 5 years old, a year of your life is 20% of the total time that you've experienced. So it's seems like a lot of time. Whereas if you're 50, a year of your life is only 2%. So it's significantly a smaller chunk, and therefore it feels shorter. The other has to do with the way our brains perceive new experiences. As you get older, you start to do more mundane things like work a job every single day. Your brain doesn't apply as much processing to these tasks, and so it feels like there's less time going by. Versus when you're a kid and you're experiencing new things every day, your brain has to process a lot, and that comes across as experiencing more time. So if you want to live a longer life, you should seek new experiences.
Yeah, this video basically says what the other video said, where you need to seek new experiences, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I do believe in this one because, at 50, a year is 2%, but at like 5 years old, a year is like 20%, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy how that works, but, time is obviously going to be perceived as shorter because we've been alive for this many years, yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you guys are gonna make any changes to your life, you know. Yeah, like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Hope you guys all have a great day, great night, great afternoon, yada yada.